Welcome back to Because of Liberty. I'm your host, Curtis Hart. Today we're going to be talking about Kelso City Councilman Jim Hill's proposed firework ban that he is trying to spread all over the county. Is just ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing that just seems more anti-liberty and anti-American than fireworks bans. Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous that Councilman Hill wants to ban fireworks, and the way he goes about it is just absolutely childish. So about a week ago, I went to a Cowlitz County Commissioner meeting. I was sitting there next to Rick Von Rock, and Councilman Hill went up and he gave his little speech about wanting the firework ban. I went up there, gave my own opinion about what I thought about his firework ban, and then he very much wanted to talk about the misinformation that I was giving. In my opinion, just so you know, Councilman Hill, like, it's an opinion. That means there's no misinformation. It's just my opinion. I wasn't stating facts. I was stating my opinion. So you just didn't like my opinion, so you felt like you had to get up there and speak something else. And, you know, the county commissioners, I really happen to like the one commissioner. I like all the commissioners except for Weber. So there's that. But yeah, like, if you think you don't get to just speak to me, okay, and then I'm not going to respond. That's just not how it works. Even if I don't get permission to get up and respond, I'm going to get up and respond. So I know exactly what Commissioner Hill, or I know exactly what Councilman Hill was attempting to do. So after he didn't get to speak his words, he asked me if I wanted to see the paper that he gave to the commissioners, because he was like, oh, Curtis didn't even read my paper. And I'm like, I don't need to read your paper. Like, there's nothing you're going to write down on that paper that's going to make me feel like you or anybody else has any authority over me and my body or what I do with me and my property. So, like, whatever you have written down is not going to make a single bit of difference to me, because I'm not going to agree with it, because I'm a hardcore libertarian and an anarcho-capitalist. So, like, you attempting to use the power of the state to control me at all in any way, like, I'm not going to agree with it just straight out the gate. So you asked me, do you want to read the paper? And I said yeah, because I did. I was interested in what you had to say and what you were giving the county commissioners. And so when I went and turned around to grab the paper, he, like a child, went to go hand it to me and then snatched it back. Was like, nope. Like, one of the most absolutely immature things I have seen in a long time, not coming from me. And that's saying a lot, dude. You shouldn't strive to be like me if you're trying to be a serious politician, because I'm a radical. Like, it's expected out of me, but that kind of stuff is not expected out of somebody like Jim Hill. Like, he went to go hand me the paper and then he snatched it out of my hand. I was like, no. Newsflash, dude, there's these things called record requests, and I can go get your silly little paper. And instead of just you handing me, like, what you wanted me to see, I got a record request done, and so I got to see, like, everybody that signed your silly little paper. Highly doubt that that was your plan. But yeah, dude, when you ask for something that you give the other county commissioners, this is a newsflash for you in case you weren't aware, I can do a records request. You'll notice, actually, about records requests, because I'm going to start record requesting you, Councilman Hill, a lot. So, got your silly little paper. Going to go ahead and read it really quick. Firework petition, Cowlitz County and cities. The undersigned request county commissioners and city councils adopt the following changes applicable to sections of current firework codes and laws. And he's not just talking about, like, remaking old laws and rewriting old laws. He's talking about getting all new laws out for Cowlitz County and the cities in Cowlitz County. Legal sales, personal possession, and use of fireworks to be restricted to July 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10 a.m. until 12 a.m., and December 31st, 10 a.m. until 1 a.m., and January 1st, 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. Ground-launched devices such as mortars and shells which produce detonation only and no pyrotechnics be prohibited from sales, possession, and use. Ground-launched devices with sound detonations with pyrotechnics would be permitted. So he just doesn't like the loud bangs and booms. Sales, personal possession, and use of devices described as bottle rockets and similar devices as identified by Washington State Patrol would be prohibited. First of all, prohibiting stuff made it so people couldn't get a hold of it anymore and it wouldn't be a thing, like I mentioned at the county commissioners, Councilman Hill, heroin and meth and all the other drugs that kill people wouldn't be an issue anymore because we prohibited them a long time ago. But it doesn't work. Prohibition doesn't work. Where's the funding going to be coming from? Because we already don't have enough funding to go around. And we already don't have enough cops to go around. So there's a funding issue, there's an enforcement issue, this whole thing's dumb. I'm about out of time. I'm going to let you go ahead and watch all the rest of this. You can see for yourself how stupid it is. You're not going to stop people from doing what they want. People are going to be free and they're going to be happy because liberty.
And now we will allow some time for public comment for any item that is not listed on the motion agenda. Mr. Hill.
Apparently I'm the only great way to meet you folks this morning and distribute that. Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, my name is Jim Hill, Kelso resident. Here before you this morning to deliver the first of about 4 batches of petitions. We still have a lot of them out there in circulation pertaining to requested changes in county ordinance regarding fireworks. Also, I'd like to address a point that was raised the last time I spoke before you, and that is that we're calling for a new law. We are not. We are calling for modification only of existing county codes and ordinances. And this is an accepted practice, all levels of our government. As of now, it's probably too late to get anything on your agenda that could be enacted next year. So in effect, we've lost a year. Meaning the first that this could take effect would be in 2019. We hope you'll place it on the agenda, a consideration of code changes. We hope not only that you'll invite public discussion. I think the sentiments expressed across our county, at least in terms of anecdotal evidence, my perspective, the time has arrived. I hope you folks will take that into consideration. There's an awful lot of folks out there that support this. So please, the language of the code revisions are there, and I thank you for your time. Any questions?
Yes, Mr. Hill, when is the City Council of Kelso holding their public hearing?
Tuesday.
Tuesday night?
Well, Tuesday it goes on our agenda for discussion, then public discussion will happen after that, and we have folks in Longview that are putting it on their agenda for their next meeting for discussion. We're moving forward. I've not heard from Kalama or Woodland, but I've only appeared before those city councils once so far. And of course, Castle Rocks conflicts with the Kelso City Council, so I'm going to ask to speak to the City Council there independently.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Any further public comment for any item not on the motion agenda?
Curtis Hart, Kelso. So every time we come in here and we have a meeting, we start it off by saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and then at the end, we say in liberty and justice for all. And then we spend the vast majority of the time trying to come up with ways to take away our liberties, such as Councilman Hill's proposed firework ban. It just seems very, very much a waste of time to try to ban fireworks when you can go and buy them anytime you want to from a reservation. So it's not like it's going to stop people. In fact, like, we already have rules on the books saying that we can't light fireworks off all the time, and they work about as much as you hear them working. It works about as well as the time we made heroin illegal and people stopped dying from heroin overdoses. So, I mean, it's just such a huge waste of time considering all the different things that we have going on in this county and in the city of Kelso, that he's wasting his time asking people to ban fireworks when it's just not going to do any good at all. That's it.
Thank you.
May I address the accusations and also misinformation you just put?
If it's real brief, Mr. Hill.
Very clear.
No, after that, I've
stand up and say whatever misinformation I'm giving.
please don't, Curtis.
I'm going to, unless I get to go over there and speak after he speaks after me. He already gave.
Would you like me to sit down, Mr. Gardner?
Yeah, if you want to talk to us to
please
retort,
read
that's
the-
fine. Yes,
the
we will.
language.
We will read
Read the
we will read the
language.
language. We've had
Obviously, he
it.
hasn't even read the language.
Yeah.
I don't need to read
Thank you,
any language. It's not
Curtis.
gonna make laws against what
Mr.
they
Hart,
want
please.
with their own time.
Curtis,
He's addressing me. Why aren't you addressing him for addressing me in a public forum?
please. We need to move on to our business items this morning. I understand both of your gentlemen's points, so thank you for bringing them up. We're going to move on to the motion items this morning. If there's no further public comment on any item not on the motion agenda. The first 5 items are from Public Works. Ms. Eugenius, Mr. Baston.
Do you want to give me that literature to read, or do you want to just hold it on to yourself, since you just offered it to me and took it back? I'm just talking to Councilman Hill here. He offered me some literature and then he took it back. I am a candidate for fire commissioner. Do you not want me to read your silly thing?
Curtis, please.
What are you going to do? I'm leaving. You ain't going to do nothing. Just like you didn't do anything to Matt Minthorn.